Yo, YouTube! What's crack-a-lack-a-jack smacking? It's Waffle Man for video. As you can see right here, we are in the Fantasy Football League, which is basically, if you know fantasy football, is basically where you draft a team of NFL players, and each week they score an allotted amount of points, and you go up against people and, versing each other, and whoever scores the most points wins that week. So, yeah, that's what basically is. And if you guys watch football, then yeah, if you know fantasy football, then yeah, this is gonna be interesting because we got a couple of people in here. We got Team Zero right there, which is Agent Zero, and yeah, basically some of his subscribers and some of my close friends are in this league. So yeah, we're gonna be looking at the teams, and I'm gonna be giving my opinions on some of these teams. So we're gonna start with the first team on the list right here, which is obviously Team Zero. And looking at this team, he drafted Peyton Manning first, which is good. Peyton Manning's always good fantasy wise. He gets a lot of touchdowns, gets a lot of yards, low interceptions. But then when you look at his other players on this team, I feel like some of them are alright. I think Justin Forsett was great, man. I mean, last season I had Justin Forsett, and that dude, man, he had some great games, man. Some games he went down, but he always picked it back up, and that was a good pickup right there. Isaiah Crowell we don't know if he's going to be the starting running back for the Browns so far. I mean, they got Terrence West, who's running pretty good in the preseason. Andre Johnson, who's always let me down in the freaking fantasy leagues. Brandon Cooks, who's looking good right now. I actually want to trade for Brandon Cooks, but I don't really want anyone else on this team. Delaney Walker, decent. Larry Fitzgerald, I don't think he's ever really great fantasy wise. Look at that. Last season he had 2 touchdowns only. That is not enough for being the wide receiver that he is. And Reggie Bush off the bench. Jameis Winston, I like his kickers. The defense is cool. Let's take a look at the next team, which is Pack Suck, and his team is out of control. First of all, Teddy Bridgewater at quarterback and Tim Tebow off the bench. Tim Tebow is the 3rd string quarterback on the Eagles. What are you doing there? Then we got Adrian Peterson, who's a beast. Doug Martin, who I really wanted because he has potential to be good. Brandon Marshall, not bad. Charles Johnson, Jimmy Graham, who's looking good with the Seahawks right now. Keenan Allen, Andy Dalton off the bench. Jerick McKinnon, Percy Harvin, Jerry Rice, Kyle Rudolph. You see, the problem with this team is that once the Vikings have a bye week, his team is done. I mean, basically his whole bench only has 3 players. Tim Tebow's not gonna play. And I mean, once they have a bye week, it's all over. And by the way, this is why I don't draft same people from the same team. If the Vikings offense does completely nothing on offense, which is probably a pun, then his team is also screwed because he's got 3 players on offense. If that offense does nothing, he's done. And then he's got the Minnesota Vikings defense. I mean, yo, once the Vikings have a bye week, he's gonna lose that week automatically. Now let's take a look at the next team. Robot Ninjas, Drew Brees, Jamal Charles, Golden Tate, Cordero Patterson, Heath Miller. Now this guy is the guy who had Kelvin Benjamin, I believe, and Kelvin Benjamin tore his ACL, so he was out for the season. So he had to pick up Stedman Bailey. And I actually want Jamal Charles. I don't know how I'm going to get him. And I'm looking at Drew Brees as well. Golden Tate, who's on the team with Calvin Johnson, who I have. But yeah, his team really took a hit with that Kelvin Benjamin. But hopefully he recovers. Get Gronked. Versing me in the first round. And I think I'm going to beat him. Because Tevin Coleman, we don't know who's going to be the starter for the Falcons. Andre Ellington is just meh. Colin Kaepernick is just sometimes meh. Demaryius Thomas is good. Sammy Watkins is questionable because we don't know what the quarterback position is going to be like for the Buffalo Bills. Gronkowski is going to have Jimmy Garoppolo for the first few games. And then Torrey Smith is on the same team as Colin Kaepernick. Then off the bench, he has Nile Davis, who's basically filling in for Jamal Charles barely in the game. Another Falcons running back, which is cool because, in case they start Devontae Freeman, then he's got that, replacement switch. And then he's got the Broncos defense and the Panthers kicker. Now the next team, Andrew Luck, always good fantasy wise. So Sean McCoy's got a hamstring injury right now, but he should be back for the start of the regular season. But that sucks for you. I was actually looking to take LaShawn McCoy in the first round, but he took him before me. So, oh well. Jeremy Maclin, who is another guy who I had last season. He's on the Kansas City Chiefs though. And remember, the Kansas City Chiefs last season, they didn't get a touchdown to any wide receiver. So that's a dangerous spot right there, especially when they got Jamal Charles who can run the heck out of the ball. And they got, different options than Alex Smith, man. I don't trust that guy. Then we got Michael Floyd, Martellus Bennett, Anquan Bolden. you know, it's cool. Michael Floyd's gonna get his touches. Anquan Boldin's on the 49ers. I don't know. There's some quarterbacks in the league I just do not trust. Then he's got the Texans defense, which is good because you know, J.J. Watt is there. And the next team, Eli Manning, who I don't know. I'm thinking about trading for Eli Manning because I'm a Giants fan, and you'll see my team soon. So Marshawn Lynch, beast mode, has a lot of carries accumulating up. So I don't know how he's gonna do, but he always usually does good. And look at the touchdowns, look at the yards he gets, and he's very consistent. He's very durable. Carlos Hyde is on the 49ers. We don't know what he's gonna do. Michael Crabtree has Derek Carr throwing to him, and the Raiders, you know how the Raiders do, and they got Amari Cooper now, so we don't know. Emmanuel Sanders is always solid. Greg Olsen is going to be the favorite target for Cam Newton because Kelvin Benjamin's gone, and Arian Foster, who's out for like half the season or like 3/4 of the season. I don't know if he's going to come back, and you know, I don't know how he's going to do when he comes back, man. I mean, Arian Foster's always getting injured, man. I don't know what's wrong with this guy. Darren McFadden, we don't know if he's going to start. Big Ben, Mark Ingram, Brandon LaFell, DeAndre Hopkins. This team is actually solid. Doug Baldwin, Zach Ertz, and he has Le'Veon Bell. So actually, when Le'Veon Bell comes back, all he has to do is plug in Le'Veon Bell right there, and he has a solid team. Fred Jackson, not bad. I like the way this guy went. We've seen Buffalo Bills defense. Yep, he says his team is I don't watch NFL. We're gonna say my team for laugh. This team, Ryan Tannehill, Jeremy Hill, Amir Abdullah, who's a guy I really want. He's a rookie. Julio Jones is, of course, going to be Julio Jones. Jarvis Landry, I don't know what this guy could do. Nelson Aguilar is another rookie, I believe. And he's just looking good in the preseason, man. But off the bench, Denard Robinson, Shane Vereen, Kenny Britt, Martavius Bryant. You know, decent, solid to decent. And here's, you know, one of the guys I used to rock with back in 2K13. Matthew Stafford's gonna throw the heck of the ball to Calvin Johnson. CJ Anderson, who saved my life last season, but I don't know, man. He might get injured. Joseph Randle, we don't know what the running back position in Cowboys is looking like. Alshon Jeffrey, Jordan Matthews, Dwayne Allen, TJ Yeldon. So yeah, and he's got Monte Ball in case they switch out CJ Anderson and Jonas Gray, who I don't think so good. Oh, he has David Johnson. Damn, David Johnson was beasting yesterday. He had a good game yesterday. I really wanted to well, I picked up Chris Johnson for free agency, but I really wanted to get Joe Flacco, Latavius Murray, Melvin Gordon. I don't trust rookies that much, and he's looking alright so far. But he's got Jordy Nelson and Dez Bryant. That's good. But Jordy Nelson just got injured in this game. He just twisted his ankle. I'm watching the game right now, Packers versus Steelers. So, you know, I'm a big football fan, man. You guys should know this. But anyways, Ryan Matthews is going to split time with DeMarco Murray in the backfield, but DeMarco Murray is going to get majority of the carry. So I don't know how I feel about this. Jermaine Kearse, John Brown, who caught a touchdown yesterday, which was pretty nice. Steve Smith, you know, he has to and then when Antonio Gates comes back from his suspension, he's gonna have him off the bench. So that is gonna be ridiculously huge. This guy has Cam Newton, who's lost his options. Eddie Lacy, Mike Evans, man. I really want, but he has Mike Evans and Vincent Jackson, and we know how that can pan out. If their whole team does bad on offense, then they're gonna do bad. But I don't know, man. I really want to trade for either Mike Evans or Eddie Lacy, man. I mean, just even Lamar Miller. I actually need another running back. But let's see the next team, Russell Wilson. And this is another problem. You guys continue to do the same thing, man. Picking the same players on the same team. This is going to be a disaster, man. Eli Manning went 4 for 14 yesterday in the preseason. If Eli Manning has a bad game, you're done. These are all wide receivers, tight ends options right here. Then you got the Jets running back and two people from the Jets, and then you got Trent Richardson, who's not going to be really reliable because they got Latavius Murray. So this guy's team, oh man, you're going to take a lot of L's in this league, man. Unless you trade, you might have to trade Russell Wilson for some pieces because you can't keep all these guys there, man. I'm just telling you that right now. This guy's got Matt Ryan, Jonathan Stewart, Giovanni Bernard, who's going to be behind Jeremy Hill. So I don't know how I feel about this. Then you got AJ Green, Antonio Brown, who is solid. He just got a touchdown. Oh, actually, he didn't catch a touchdown. They actually called it back. Kobe Fleener, Kevin Wright. This team's all right. You know, I think people, you know, some people didn't really draft properly. This guy's Aaron Rodgers, Rashad Jennings, Frank Gore, Roddy White, T.Y. Hilton, who's no joke, Travis Kelce, C.J. Spiller. I don't know how much time he's gonna get. because Mark Ingram is there, and then you still got Kyrie Robinson, Robert Griffin III, who's not going to do anything this season, to be honest, in my opinion. Jalen Strong is a rookie, but he's not really looking too good, and I don't think he's going to really be, anything good. So that's why he has him on the bench. Vernon Davis, this guy's been lost for a couple of seasons. And finally, the team before we get to my team. Mike Bush is hot. This guy likes to talk a lot of stuff about his team. We got Tony Romo, Matt Forte, good so far. Alfred Morris is always questionable on what he's going to do. Pierre Garçon, he has 2 people on the same team, which I really don't like that. Randall Cobb, he's solid. Jason Witten, for some reason, Jason Witten, he gets a lot of targets, but he doesn't really get a lot of catches and yards and stuff like that. But I guess he's solid for a tight end. And then Darren Sproles, which was a good pickup. I think he got him in a trade, or maybe he had him in the beginning. But Darren Sproles is going to be like a wide receiver running back combo for the Eagles this season. So, these numbers might go a little bit up. And yeah, I think the rushing numbers might go down, but he's definitely going to be receiving more. And off the bench, Damian Amendola, LeGarrette Blunt, Nick Foles, Dwayne Bowe, all right there. Mason Crosby, who's always a kicker I like to get. And yeah, that's about it. But so, let's look at my team right now, the New York Waffles. And I think my team is pretty solid too. I mean, obviously, I'm going to say my team is solid, but Tom Brady, DeMarco Murray, Alfred Blue, Julian Edelman, Calvin Johnson, Jordan Cameron, Deshaun Jackson. I think my team, I drafted DeMarco Murray first, who led the NFL in rushing last season, and he left the offensive line that was the best. But the Eagles' offensive line is no joke. Come on now. We know the Eagles have a beast-ass offensive line. Let's not play games about it. It's not like he went to the Seahawks offensive line. And that's why people say Marshawn Lynch is better than DeMarco Murray, but that's a story for another day. Tom Brady, who went off in last October and November, who's very consistent. He's going to get you his 2 touchdowns, 200 to 300 yards a game, which is good enough for me. Julian Edelman is going to get his targets. This guy, first of all, he's a returner. So he has some beast-ass returns. He gets his yards. And he's just going to be solid. He's solid. He's really great in the slot, man. This is a great wide receiver. He basically did a lot in the Super Bowl, man. I mean, you've seen this guy. This guy could catch. Calvin Johnson, the best wide receiver when healthy, is on my team. I mean, I got Calvin on my team, man. The best wide receiver when healthy. 6'5". He's got the speed. I mean, come on now. This guy's frame is ridiculous. This is Calvin Johnson we're talking about. And I got him in the 2nd round. And Jordan Cameron, who 2 seasons ago when he was on the Browns, he really had a beast-ass season, man. Jordan Cameron was catching everything. And Ryan Tannehill was going to keep on improving. So hopefully, Jordan Cameron could do the same. And then we got Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Jackson does good or he does bad. But when he does good, he's going to kill it. That's what he does. He's a deep threat. He's fast. So he's going to get a lot of yards every game as long as the quarterback for the Redskins knows what the hell they're doing. And Alfred Blue, who's going to be the starting running back for the Houston Texans until Arian Foster comes back. But then again, if Alfred Blue doesn't pan out, I still got David Cobb, who's going to be probably the starter for the Titans. Chris Johnson, I don't think he's going to do anything. Trey Mason's not really going to do anything. The reason I picked up Josh Hill was because he's going to be the leading tight end for the Saints. Dan Bailey, and the Eagles defense and special teams is always doing good shit, man. I mean, they're always doing good stuff. But anyways, yeah. And right here we see Tom Brady and Julian Edelman. Yes, they're on the same team, but when you got Tom Brady and a receiver, I think that's okay. But right now I'm trying to see if I could trade either Julian Edelman, Calvin Johnson, or Deshaun Jackson. But tell me what you guys think about my team and the other teams you've seen in the video. Tell me who you think is the best team. Anyways, YouTube, I'll be updating this thing, once in a while. See who's winning, see who's losing, see trades. But for now, I'm out. Peace.